The nervous tissue is an intricately organized network of neurons designed for rapid information conduction. Transmission of an environmental signal happens through a precise sequence of structural regions. Specialized receptors sit in our sense organs and initiate a localized chemical reaction when a stimulus strikes. This chemical reaction generates the initial electrical impulse in the dendritic tip. The electrical impulse travels rapidly from the dendrite through the cell body containing the nucleus. The impulse then runs the entire length of the elongated axon to the terminal nerve endings. When the impulse reaches the nerve ending, it cannot jump the synaptic gap as electricity. The impulse forces the terminal to release chemical neurotransmitters into the synapse. Neurotransmitters diffuse across the synaptic gap and bind to the dendritic tip of the next neuron. The binding restarts the electrical impulse in the next neuron. When a nervous impulse reaches a muscle cell, it crosses a specialized synapse called a neuromuscular junction. To cause movement, animal muscle cells must physically alter their shape by shortening. Muscle cells contain specialized proteins that rapidly change shape when triggered by an impulse. These proteins reorient into a tighter form, producing the cell shortening that creates movement. Imagine you accidentally touch a boiling hot cup of tea and your hand pulls away instantly before you realize what happened. That instant reaction is a reflex arc in action, and it bypasses slow conscious processing. The spinal cord links the input sensory nerve directly to the output motor nerve, forming the reflex arc. A signal is simultaneously sent up to the brain, so you register the pain after the hand is already safe. Many primitive animals lack complex brain networks and rely primarily on reflex arcs for interaction. The brain and spinal cord form the central nervous system, which acts as the main integration hub. The peripheral nervous system acts as the communication network with cranial and spinal nerves. The forebrain or cerebrum is the largest, most complex part of the brain. It contains distinct regions for interpreting inputs like hearing, sight, and smell. Association areas interpret sensory data by comparing it to other senses and stored memories. Once a conscious decision is made, motor areas send signals to contract voluntary skeletal muscles. A dedicated satiety center tracks hunger and signals when the stomach is full based on internal feedback. The midbrain and hindbrain regulate involuntary functions you cannot easily control like blood pressure.